Hey, what's up, guys? It's Girl Hands, and sorry I'm not doing live commentary this video again. I've had some audio problems with LBS's voice not getting picked up in the Xbox Live party. So I think it's just gonna be this video, and tomorrow's videos is gonna be the last time that I'm gonna do any post or non-live commentary. Everything after that should be live commentary in this Road to Commander series. But what I want to talk about today, first, what I want to talk about is, I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is. He's a YouTuber. He's part of forum. Really great guy. His name's Capp00. I'll include a link to his channel in the description, but I'm sure plenty of you guys know who he is. Really great guy. I love a lot of his content. He does a good mixture of Minecraft and Black Ops, and I'm actually personally not a very big fan of Minecraft. I play it from time to time, but when it comes to videos and stuff like that, unless maybe it's like an adventure map, I don't watch a whole lot of Minecraft. But I do enjoy, I like what he does. He does a really good job with a lot of his content. And it's one of the few channels in which I do watch his Minecraft videos. Actually, a lot of times I don't even really watch them. I just click on it and I'll listen to it in the background when I'm doing work or something like that. But he does a really good job. And I noticed he does a lot of live commentary. And I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, somebody made this comment about, oh, you missed something completely obvious. That was really stupid or something like that. And it got me thinking. I mean, live commentary really is not that easy, especially along long durations of time. I think I put up a video today, and I was complaining. In the video that I put up in the live commentary, I was complaining that I died even though I had Flak Jacket and I had Hardline or something like that. And you say stupid things in the middle of it because you're not really paying attention. It's actually kind of hard to do. Because you have to constantly be thinking of stuff to say, and it's for me it's unnatural. I imagine for a lot of people it's really unnatural to do. I'm sure you might be thinking a lot of things in your head if you play solo, but I don't think there's many people out there that play solo and constantly talk to themselves. If they do, you might want to go see a psychologist or something like that. But I mean, sure, if you play with one or two people, you'll talk to them. But even still, I've noticed playing with a couple of people, the conversation sometimes can be kind of light. So whenever you're doing something like this, you really have to focus on constantly talking at all times to, try to add a little bit more dynamic to the video. And I'm certainly not the best at it by any means. I know even watching my previous videos that I've put up so far, I've got a lot of work to do, but I am working on it. But it is, keep in mind, I just remember when they were commenting on his video, it's not easy at all to do. And I imagine it's even harder to do in Minecraft. Because at least in Call of Duty, there is stuff happening all the time. I can bitch about somebody using ghosts or someone camping in the corner, or I can talk about a contract I'm working on. In Minecraft, sometimes there's a lot of dead periods. It takes a little while to build things. It can be slow at times. So constantly talking for sometimes like 15, 20-minute length videos can be kind of hard to do. So I commend Capp for doing that, because I certainly can't talk for that period of time and come off as fluently as he does, and he does a really good job with that. So that's one of the things that I'd like to point out is doing live commentary is not very easy. Definitely at certain times you definitely will say stupid things when you certainly didn't mean to do it, but you just keep rolling for the sake of the video. So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. I'll real quickly talk about this game. I remember this game. I remember it was horrible. I think in my entire Road to Commander series, there's 4 or 5 really, really shitty games. Excuse my language, but that's basically the gist of what they were. And this is one of those horrible games. I don't remember what the score was for the previous game, but I lulled myself into a false sense of confidence, and I changed out a couple of my weapons. And I don't think I had a good long-distance automatic weapon. I think the best thing I had was the Enfield. I think I switched out my AUG for the M14, and that was just not a very good choice. And I kept my kill streaks way too high. I think it was like 8, 9, and 11 or something like that, when I should have had 3, 4, and 5. The game would have been completely different if I had those kill streaks, but unfortunately I didn't. This game does not go very well at all. So yeah, this game kind of sucked, and this actually isn't the worst in this series. There's one much worse that's yet to be seen, but you'll see that in the future. But finally, what I really want to talk about, a couple weeks ago, I remember Cortez putting up a video about death, and I think I saw a video from Only Use Me Blade talking about the butterfly effect, and it got me thinking about an event that happened in my life that you can kind of relate to, both almost dying and the butterfly effect. So my wife had a party in at her old job. She actually worked about an hour, 45 minutes away, and there was like this dinner party for her work one evening, and we went out there and we stayed really, really late. And then we were driving home, and as on the way home, I got really hungry. I actually got to the party late, so I came after her. I missed dinner, so I was super, super hungry. I was super. We were driving home. I was real late. Saw McDonald's in the corner of my eye, and I was actually. It's funny because I was doing P90X at the time, and I was like super into it. I had not broken. There's a diet that goes along with it. I had never broken it once at all. I never cheated on that diet. I also hate McDonald's, not just because I think it's unhealthy. I just don't like the food. And I knew there was other restaurants further down the road, but for some reason I was like, whatever. I'm hungry. I can't wait anymore. I'm going to go to McDonald's. I go to McDonald's, get back onto the road and start driving, and I can't go anywhere. There's the road's completely blocked off. Can't drive anywhere at all. And turns out that there was a horrible, horrible car accident on the road. And a kid driving in, he was an 18-year-old in his truck. He drove down the road and died. And what's kind of crazy about it was when I was at that light and when I turned off to go to McDonald's, that kid was next to me when he went to drive. And what happened was somebody, he was either doped up, I think he was both drunk and he was taking a bunch of pills. I don't know the specifics, but he drove onto the opposite side of the road, turned completely around, so he's facing opposite of oncoming traffic, parks his car in the middle of the road, and this is like 11:30, 12 at night. Turns off his light, parks his car, turns off his engine, and just sits there. And so the kid rounds the corner. He obviously didn't have enough time to correct. He slams right into him. He dies. The dude in the car dies. Horrible, horrible, tragic accident. Kid just graduated from high school, getting ready to go to college. It's really... It's sad when somebody that young dies, especially to something so stupid. But it's weird to me because I mean, if I had left the party maybe a minute sooner, if I had had something to eat at the party, if I was moving a little bit faster, if I hadn't have caught that light, because it was a red light, I stopped at the red light and I kind of changed at the last second. It was like changing, and I was like, oh, I'll just go to this McDonald's. If I hadn't have caught that light, you can go all the way back. I mean, you know, my wife didn't have that job. All these different things that led up to it. But you're talking about a difference of about a minute between life and death. And it's just, it's kind of weird. It's one of the few times, I mean, or one of the only times I think I've almost come close to death. I don't really know exactly what would have happened if I rounded that corner. But I know there was a car that wasn't moving there, and you probably would not have, I mean, obviously the kid didn't see him as he rounded the corner. It's really tragic. And that's another thing that actually really frustrates me about that situation, is it kind of looked like a suicide. Like the guy just gave up. He got completely hammered, drunk, took a bunch of pills, and just parked his car on the road. It didn't seem like he was completely, like he was so inebriated that he kept driving. I mean, this seems somewhat premeditated. And I'm not a fan of suicide. I can't really understand why somebody would want to do that, because suicide is so permanent. No matter how bad your life is, I don't know why that would ever be a solution. There's certain situations where like I could kind of understand. Like I've heard of situations where you're going to die. There's nothing that's going to prevent it. You have a disease or cancer, something like that, and there's nothing you can do. You are going to end up dying. And I've heard of if their lives just completely falling apart, and maybe they just don't want to continue living, and they know it's an inevitability, so they want to end their life. That I can kind of understand. I think, God, I forget, is it Hunter Thomas? The guy who does gonzo journalism, he did Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He was another person, he lived his entire life, and he always said, if I can't do what I love anymore, if my body can no longer allow me to do what I love, and my mind's fading, then I'm going to end it. And that's exactly what he did. In those situations, I can kind of understand that they've lived their life, or for the people that know they're going to die. Okay, I can understand that. But if you're younger, if you have the possibility to change things in your life, I can't put myself in their position, I guess. I can't really see that as being an option. No matter how depressed or lonely or sad I could ever get, as long as I still have my health and the capacity, at least in my mind, to change things, I would continue to do it. But it frustrates me because it seems like this guy was trying to commit suicide. And at the same time, in doing so, he kills somebody else, which really pisses me off. It's really upsetting because it's like, I mean, if you're gonna end your life, then do it away from everybody else. Don't end some 18-year-old kid's life who's got plenty to live for. He's getting ready. I think he had a college scholarship, and he was getting ready to play football at Auburn, maybe, or I don't know. But it's just, what the, excuse my language, what the fuck is your problem? If you got to do it in your basement, end it quietly. Just don't get other people involved. It's just, it's sad, it's frustrating. I'm just hearing about that and knowing that I was seconds away from possibly being part of that as well. Anything, especially anything that involves alcohol and driving. There's a lady the other week who was like some 23-year-old twat who was driving through. Police were behind her trying to stop her, and she was so drunk, she didn't stop, and she ended up swerving into another lane and killing a 30-year-old lady. She survived. She's fine. Nothing happened to her that was bad. I mean, she's gonna survive it, but stuff like that really bothers me. But yeah, I guess this video is winding down. Sorry to be not so upbeat, I guess, but I think Cortez did a video about death, and I saw that other video. I figured kind of talk about that a little bit, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know this was an ass raping when we played this game, but things do turn out a little bit better later on down the road. But like always, guys, take it easy.